Oh, shoot. There we go. That's better. To the champ.
Emma.
Lurie, we're already streaming, Lurie.
Emma's not online.
Oh wait,
Emma.
Lurie, Lurie, we're already streaming.
I know, they have to know our ritual. Emma.
I accidentally opened up Spotify instead of clicking unmute.
Just blasting your beats.
Yeah.
Beats to play horse game too.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Oh, Batsy is here.
Hi, Batsy.
A wild Batsy has appeared.
I'm gonna reblog the thing. Oh, everyone's coming in.
Hello.
Oh my goodness. Everybody's logging in.
It's Furgrove champ coming up, right?
It sure is.
I'm not gonna make it in time.
Because I just popped out of Monster Hunter, so I don't know what the things are.
Yeah, you good, you good. It's for Grove. I just got here.
Going. I've got no key place.
You got a minute left.
Oh,
Go,
if I
go,
have a
go,
minute.
go, 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 go.
Let me close.
Please spin gift.
I see Batsy.
Okay.
I think I want to make it.
How many seconds do I got?
45, 43.
41.
Come on, Lily. Go, go, go.
Oh, it's not a race for the champ. It's a race against the clock.
You're serious.
Fight.
Come on, load, damn it. Run. I don't think I'm going to make it. This loading screen.
This loading screen.
I like how this just. I like the birds.
20,
flying around.
19, 18,
Oh, no,
17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 10, wait, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Oh
5,
no, I'm right there. I
4,
see it.
3,
I did it.
2, 1.
Oh no.
We got one.
I got
here.
one. Oh, Amber, you're still looking great, though.
On Emperor's gone.
I am not going to
Bye.
win this one. I'm not going to win this one, but you know what? Yeet.
I am almost at level 14 with this horse. Like, if I do this champ, it'll push me to level 14. And then
Heck yeah.
the rest of tonight will be probably spent with me leveling this thing up and then doing the trail ride a dozen times.
And I will bundle
Mhm.
that.
Because, like, I'm not gonna log on and off when we're on stream. Like, that just doesn't make sense to do.
Yeah.
So I'll probably, like, stream for an hour, and then I'll hop off, and I was like, I asked my mom if she wanted me to, like, do some grinding for her, because, she just doesn't have the time. And,
Yeah.
and she's like, well, you know, you don't have to, but she really wants to do the pumpkin hunt, and she wants the raven. And she's got enough shards. She's got enough shards for, like, one or the other right now, and I'm like, look, I'm gonna be playing anyway. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'm gonna be a
So you guys
good
are
daughter.
done. The tornado is like at the Highland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amber, I'm stalking you.
Dude, it's in the
Oh,
intro.
Kylie's here.
Oh no, I see you.
Yeah, I missed making the race, but I went and suffered through Galloper again.
Oh my goodness.
Godspeed.
Oh yeah, I
Silver.
can do that one again too because I just logged on. Yeah, so apparently, according to various Reddit and Twitter sources, the tornadoes actually give you 5 XP every time you do them.
Like
Player XP, yes.
I have to pay attention to that and like experiment with that.
I'm almost
Fuck, I
level
missed it.
21.
No.
I'm like really
Same.
close to level
Same.
22, but like it's gonna take a little while. Like
Yeah, I'm.
Amber, am I blind? Where is the stupid ghost?
The ghost is like right in the middle.
I literally can't see it. I'm seeing
That's
everybody run
weird.
around me. Where's the
alright,
ghost?
I'm gonna go do. I don't really need shards anymore.
But it's nice to see if it's the player XP is true.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go back to the keep and I'm gonna do Galloper's race again.
Ah, there it is. Oh my gosh.
All right,
It's
I'm-
right in front of me.
Oh, so okay. So Courtney is watching the stream, but she is not online tonight because it is her
Hey, Courtney.
cat's 2nd birthday. It is
Oh,
Spooky's.
happy birthday.
Spooky is 2 years old.
Happy birthday, meow meow.
Little meow meow.
So-
One of my shards is in a tree.
Oh
That's
no.
cool.
So yeah, it's Spooky's birthday. I happened to Oh, he watched Spirit with you guys. That's great, Courtney. Courtney's partner had never seen Spirit. So
Oh no.
so Gabby had to watch Spirit today.
That is wonderful.
Did
I hope
Gabby
they enjoyed it.
Did Gabby
went.
enjoy Spirit? I hope Gabby enjoyed Spirit.
Guys,
Yeah.
What?
the Shire glitch because I'm on the Umbra and it has the Umbra textures on it. With no tail, no nothing.
I should try it with my fish horse.
It
I
must
You
wonder if
should.
only
it
glitch
fish
with the
horse.
magic horses then.
It has
Yeah.
to.
So it doesn't do it with Song Sorrow though.
Weird.
Yeah. She looks fine with Song Sorrow. I've never had trouble with Olive. I don't know Maisie's birthday. She's
Gabby
just-
has no comment on Spirit. You didn't
So,
like it? You did not like
did-
it? You have
Did
no
Gabby
feelings?
not like Spirit?
Spirit's...
Gabby.
Oh,
Whoa.
isn't he voiced by Matt Damon?
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes.
thought. You didn't like Matt Damon horse?
Matt Damon horse with a Bryan Adams soundtrack that goes just as hard as anything Phil Collins has ever done.
Yeah,
Matt
like
Damon.
what?
With animation by the horse guy, James Baxter.
James
Frick is my last
Baxter.
Oh, let me ask you guys this, everybody on stream, is we are going to be, our next 4-H meeting is going to be horse movie night. And this does have to be, like, relatively age appropriate for we have some, like 10-year-olds, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
our youngest, I think, is, like, 8 to 10. And
Oh my god.
so we do have to, like, keep it relatively age appropriate. What horse
Down.
movie, if you guys know of any, do you
Dreamer.
think we should watch?
Isn't
Dreamer?
there like a really bad Bella Sarah movie that somehow
God.
got made?
Okay. The answer is yes,
Oh,
and it's on YouTube,
Yes.
and we watched it last year, probably like during this time, actually.
Yeah,
Don't
during
expose
stream.
Don't expose the children
Oh.
to that. Goodness.
We
Okay,
should.
Courtney, that is an
Can-
actually really good idea. Courtney
Can
suggested the
confirm
last
you get
unicorn.
5 XP, by the way.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's
also,
awesome.
I'm sorry I'm like 2 minutes late.
Oh,
6
Neon's
minutes
here.
late.
Hi.
Yes, I planned to come here in time, but then my laptop decided to be mean and froze up on me.
Oh, you're good.
Oh,
you're
Why
good.
you just standing there. I
You're
found
good.
you and I like reared at you
Neon?
and you just stared at me.
Yeah.
Leon, if you are 6 minutes late, I'm sorry. You can't be in the stream. We shut the
Well, too
door.
bad. You're
We
gonna
locked
have
Class is
the
to
door.
deal
already
with
in
me.
session.
Too late. You're gonna have to deal with me.
Shit.
Star Stable is also freezing up on me. That's why I'm just standing there. And
It froze
unable
on
to
me a
move.
couple times too. It's okay,
And
bud.
I've never seen it, but isn't like Flicka good for like young kids?
Depends on which Flicka, because now there's like 6.
That's
like,
true. I've only knew about the first one, so.
yeah, there's
Personally, I recommend Dreamer because it's
Dreamer.
not too intense.
Yeah.
What about Racing Stripes?
Racing Stripes is fun.
That is.
I think it's got to be one that we can probably find on streaming because, like, I don't have a DVD player that I can bring to the store where we're gonna have the movie night.
Sflix.to.
Yes, I do have Sflix saved. Oh, fun fact about Sflix. So anyway, my boyfriend and I were gonna be watching movies when I was over there last, and I was like, oh, I really want to watch like Men in Tights, because he hadn't seen it. And I'm like, oh, that's definitely your humor to a T, so let's watch it. And there was nowhere that we could like stream it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to Sflix. And the moment I typed it in and all the pop-up windows came up, and he was like, you are getting that off of my computer right now. I'm like, I've never gotten a virus from it. He's like, Emma, I don't care.
Yeah, as long as you don't actually physically click on the pop-up, you are fine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when you try to go to download something, but it gives you all the fake download buttons, and you're just like have to like weave through it.
I think I've watched No Way Home on there like a dozen times. I watched the entirety of The Boys on there. Like and Outlander. Like I've caught up on my TV shows with it. It's good.
Yeah.
Let me out of the keep. Oh my God! Let me out of the keep.
Let me out.
I do like the suggestion of The Last Unicorn. The Last Unicorn would be a very good one. And that one I think is actually
complicated for younger people, in my opinion.
True.
Like it's really pretty though. They'll still enjoy it, but the like story itself is actually like, I don't know. It's like complicated.
With
but I
little
loved
kids.
it as a child. I loved it as a child.
Oh, I mean, I loved it.
Yeah.
But then I watched it when I was older, and I
old.
was like, "What is this?"
It's very deep.
Yes.
But it's like little kids are gonna enjoy it regardless because they see pretty picture and go, ooh.
Right.
Okay, but Barbie and the Magic of Pegasus.
Okay, that's also that one slaps. That one's excellent.
That one has the best.
There also is a unicorn in the Swan Princess one.
Yes, there is. Lila. I love Lila.
Yeah.
Goodness, I forgot. What's the word? Deuterogonist. The best male deuterogonist, in my opinion, is Pegasus one.
Yes, I like the Barbie Pegasus movie was excellent. Honestly, this is probably like this might be a controversial opinion though, but all the Barbie movies except for like the recent ones are excellent.
I loved the Barbie movies.
Yeah.
The Swan Princess one was like one of my favorites.
Yes. We got another movie recommendation. I'm sorry I cut you off. My apologies.
Oh, no. I am not actually going to recommend this movie because it's not for kids. I'm just bringing it up because it's funny.
Okay.
When I was a baby, they made me watch War Horse.
Oh, no, we're not doing that.
I love War Horse.
War Horse is good, but not for kids.
Yeah.
It is not
I watched War Horse. I didn't know what was going on. I was just like, I need to pee. When is this over?
However, the book itself, the War Horse book is like 3rd to 5th grade reading level.
Yeah.
So like it's it's really odd because it's like, oh my God, this book is like traumatizing.
Logic.
No, I have the book.
Yeah, it is Watership Down logic.
I got the book at I think at a book fair or something years and years back, and so when in high school they released War Horse when I was in high school, and I just remember seeing the trailer and be like, oh my gosh, is this based off that one book I read as a kid?
Right?
And then the title shows up and I'm like, oh my gosh, it is.
I think I watched it once. I think I've actually watched War Horse once because I will be very honest in that I hate horse movies, like capital H hate horse movies. I can't stand to watch them because a lot of the times they just like, they're dumb. Like they're just really dumb. I hate it. Like they don't make any sense.
Hallmark Channel did some horse and girl movies for Christmas, so that about sums it up, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I know my folks really like.
I watched War Horse like 3 times.
War Horse did seem like it was pretty good though. Like I think when I watched it, I was in another 4-H group, and that was like our Christmas party was like going to watch War Horse. and it was like, I remember it being really good, and I liked the cast. Like, the cast was excellent.
Even though when I was a baby, when I watched it, it was more so that I just got overwhelmed with the length of it.
It was long.
I needed to use the bathroom, but I didn't want to step away from the movie.
No, I watched that thing on the plane back from Paris.
Ooh,
yeah.
But
my 7-hour-long flight.
I will say, even when I was like an 8-year-old little rat bastard, I was like, whoa, doing the Be Brave bit is really good at his job. Well, deep.
Have you guys tried jumping into the cauldron yet? Those of you who have never done.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That was like the first thing I did.
Good.
I did it accidentally. I didn't mean to, but it happened, and I was just like,
okay,
well,
I'm gonna
that
find the shards for this round, and then I'm going to log out and log back in, not just to, farm the crystals, because
this location is awful.
Time.
Yeah,
it is.
I struggle.
I'm lagging.
Oh no,
like a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but the location is just awful.
Thankfully, I have only lagged once on stream this time. Last Wednesday was bad. Wednesday was really bad.
Improved. They definitely improved stuff from Wednesday. Those I do not envy the poor guys who have to do the server stuff for
Nope.
this.
Get me out. I don't want to do this. Shit, no, get out. Sorry. I ran into gallopers accidentally without talking to the person.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I'm not running this race without getting stuff from it.
You give me my XP or you give me
The
death.
hesitant ghost just watches you go in there like, okay.
Yeah, bye.
Go ahead, go do it for fun, even though it's the most boring race in the world.
It really could use an upgrade.
It really could. It's just too slow.
I'm very surprised with the fact that, well, I guess I am and I'm not, with the fact that they didn't add anything to Halloween this year so far. It sounds like there's going to be some new activities coming up the last 2 weeks, because the thing with the registrar sounds like a thing that they kind of used to have and then got rid of, so they might have revamped it. And the gambit might have some new terms this year. That's
It's a shard clipped into a cliff,
oh no,
almost 3/4 into a cliff. I was like, okay, all right, I guess I'll go grab my butt like the Lorax and go into the hole then. Screw me.
Yeah, no, that location's terrible. I just stopped because I don't need shards anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just doing this for the player XP now that I know that gives.
I need so much player XP. 5 is not going to get me any closer.
Yeah.
I would bump me, but I'm not. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
I probably need 340 XP for the next level, and I'm like, that's a lot of shards.
Yeah.
All right. Okay,
You can sell for money.
That's it. I'm going to log out and log back in. This is ridiculous.
Girl, you are
say no for Neon.
Honestly, thinking about it, concerning the fact that there's 2 notable things that are being phased out after this year: the old Winfell and an entire currency. It doesn't surprise me that this Halloween has a weird feeling to it, just by virtue of being a transitional one.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. I think that I kind of understand what they wanted to do with the shards, because a lot of people actually saved them last year, really saved them up, because you could use them in exchange for items. So I think their thought process was oh, well, if a bunch of people have these saved up, that means that they could just go right in the portals. Well, then that doesn't seem to really be the case, because the thing that I hear the most is why do I have to grind so much to open up the portals? I just want to do the Halloween stuff. I mean, we're all adults. We all have at least full or part-time jobs.
Kids have school.
Yeah, and kids have school. So why do you have to make it that hard to just unlock a race? Especially when the race only gives you 2 of the tokens to use for tack.
Oh my gosh, the tokens being so low is
why are
awful.
the tokens so low? 5 tokens would be perfect.
I know.
It is a 4-week event, so that's why I'm not necessarily like, oh, it's too low, because I'm like, we got 4 weeks to actually get them, so I'm not
right.
I'm not for the shards being so much, because you can do these little races every day to build up your
right.
But the shards is at the top of every hour only for 20 minutes. How are kids and adults with full-time jobs gonna grind that?
Especially if you, like, can't grind it or don't know you can grind it. Because think about that. I know that Star Stable's aware of the glitch, but the thing is, even if they, like... even if they weren't, they're still saying, okay, well, you can only get 3 shards every hour. So it's going to take you 4 times to open one of the portals. 4 hours worth to open up one portal.
Yep.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, sorry, Star Stable, I don't agree with you on this one. I don't agree with them on a lot of things. But...
Granted, I haven't played as long as maybe some other people have, but in the time I have played, I noticed that this game is very conservative with the rewards it gives. Like notably more so than other MMOs, even ones that like benefit from restraining what they give you for financial predation, which this game doesn't even have because it can't, because it's under COPPA.
Right.
I think that's just like a design. I think that may just be a design philosophy that devs have I imagine it's something like I can always give more later, but I can't take away. So I think their balancing philosophy is come out conservative, and then if like there's not and then like maybe if there's enough public outcry, make it bigger. But I've noticed as a trend in general, like rewards in this game are very like they restrict how much you get as rewards by like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of always been that way from like what I remember. I started playing in 2017. And something I do remember more often was like Star Rider would go on sale way more often. Double Star Coin weekends would happen way more often. You'd get like redeem codes for Star Coins also way more often. Like, so it does definitely feel like weird right now, where like they don't feel like they're giving back to the community that much. They're doing a weird amount of investing in music, which is bizarre. Like Nomi's great. Like, I think the work that Nomi's done in the game is great, but I don't know about you guys, but to me it feels really weird that you're hyping up this person so much to do like music and music videos and all this stuff that really has like no relation to the game. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Because none of your players care. Like, that's not the stuff that we care about. That's not the stuff that you should be investing in. Why don't you take your budget for music videos and, I don't know, actually apply it to a functioning UI? Like, come on.
Yeah, and the music, like I like the soundtrack. The soundtrack is nice. But I do not like most of the songs, the lyric music that come out. They feel very bare bones, generic, basic.
Yes.
Like there's a few good bops in there, like Facing the Crowd. That one's nice, but most of the music that comes out of this game that has lyrics in it isn't all that great.
Yeah, I think the one that sticks out for me that like I actually have on a playlist is Fire. That came from the Mistfall series. I do actually like that one. That one's not bad, but like
I like the one that is in the oh my gosh, whatever it's called, the spiky race.
The song, like the zombie or whatever. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the zombie whole race
video
thing.
Yeah.
I like that song, and they actually added. I'm sorry, I've been like totally spaced out from this conversation. So if you said anything, I just missed it. They actually have 2 new songs in the jumping thing.
Yes. Moreland. Yeah, those aren't bad either.
I like the beginners one. I hate that that's the shortest race possible because I only hear 20 seconds of it.
Yep. Let's see. Even before Nomi got on board, though, they had like a weird fascination with music because first it was like, was it the Miscreants that came first, or was it Lisa's stuff that came first? But it was like there were those 2, and they were really trying to like make the Miscreants a thing. So much so that there's actually like band merch in the Halloween event.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, that's cute.
And then like Lisa is like one of the main characters, one of the Soul Riders, and you know she's always been a singer, you know, like a guitarist. But then they like really tried to push her in this weird way where they're like, oh, we're gonna give this character a Twitter, like an in-character Twitter and an in-character Instagram, and she's gonna go on tour and like sing and everything. And then all of a sudden it dropped. Like I haven't seen them do that for like probably 6 months to a year. So like I don't know if they just figured out that it doesn't work and now they're like putting all their eggs in Nomi's basket because she's also making like models for them.
It's Nomi.
But it just really feels weird. Like it almost feels like Star Stable's like sucking up. And like I don't know. It's an odd situation. And
it's kind of
the vibes don't feel right. That's just my 2 cents.
It's like they're trying to uplift this person's career, and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. She has a lot of talent.
Right.
Yeah.
But what does this have anything to do with your video game?
Again, I'm sorry, who is Nomi?
She is one of the modelers, textures, and animators. Like, usually they have one artist that kind of does it all for the horses. Her first horse was on the Jorvik Wild. So she's the one that's kind of the reason why the horse models have improved so much.
And so she's also a musician?
She's also a musician, yeah. So she has a shit ton of talent.
Damn,
she really does. And like,
man,
I have nothing like, and this isn't me being like, oh my god, her music is bad, she sucks, blah blah blah. No, I actually like, I think she's a really cool person. She's very talented, very skilled. I'm trying to figure out like why. But like,
I know,
why is this? Why are these 2 things so intertwined?
Well, that's my exact feeling. It's like, you're a musician, good for you. What does that have to do with horse game?
Right, exactly.
If I could wager a couple guesses, first off, again, I think it might genuinely be a design philosophy they've had this whole time to just be conservative with rewards because they think that's a balance that works. And that's just for like in-game rewards in general. For the Nomi thing, my immediate assumption is there is an executive or 2 on this team that really like music and maybe wish that they were a music label or something, especially and if not that, then it could also be like they see, you know, like Riot Games having like whole cartoons for it, and they also have like music stuff going on. They collab with Imagine Dragons and stuff, and they're like,
that's
oh
very
my gosh,
They also have KDA too.
Yeah, Riot Games has an in-character band as well that they make music with consistently. So my guess is they're looking at these bigger MMOs and
trying to follow that model.
Yeah, they're trying with their marketing because they're like, oh, if we have these huge tie-ins with like in-character Twitters, relevant cartoons, because they had that Mistfall cartoon. I know about that. I never watched it, but I know that it exists.
Oh, I crashed.
Oh no! And
sorry.
And they've had a long history of having having this music.
Mm-hmm.
So if not like some executives like just really being excited for music and like really loving music related stuff and maybe like living out some dreams of being a music label, my next guess is that they see the huge marketing budget that these other gigantic games that they're in competition with have, and they're trying to emulate that with their much smaller budget as best they can to, promote the game more and get more players and just prove that they have what it takes to stand with the big boys. Because as I've been told a bunch of times, SSO is like the biggest horse game.
Well, personally, if you ask me, that shouldn't be their model.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, exactly. I think we're all on the same page with that because, like, the thing is, like, you can say what you want about, like, Riot and the stuff that they're doing or, like, whatever, but they at least have an MMO that, like, the basic MMO stuff is, like, functional. And Star Stable, okay, being somebody who has played single-player horse games and also played, like, MMOs that are not Star Stable feels like it has the playability of a single-player horse game that wishes it was an MMO. Like, because where is our, like, functioning UI for once? Where's our crafting? Where's our upgrading equipment? Where's our, like, repeated story quests or like an actual story quest? I'm so, like, I don't understand why this game has been in business for 11 years and still isn't finished. Like, I don't know. That's probably, like, me just being, like, super salty that, like, they don't seem to even know where the story... Like, my theory with the story quest is they honestly have no idea where it's going. That's my theory.
Oh, yeah.
Is they're writing it as they go, and they don't actually have anybody that can write. That's the feeling that I get, because, like, if you had a team that was consistently working on story, or they did have the original Starshine video games, why did you not just like pull the story right from that and put that in these games? You'd at least have a lot more quests that we could have played through. Like, yeah. It's
the only consistent thing I've noticed about the story is that they make the druids seem like assholes.
Yeah,
right. That's it.
I have a hard time trying to figure out, like, okay, where are you going with this story? Because it feels like we've been going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and hitting the same 2 points for 11 years. And most of us actually everybody in the chat right now, in the voice chat, is a writer. And I feel like between the 6 of us, we could probably come up with a coherent enough story to put into this game.
Oh, absolutely.
The only thing I will say, as the only devil's advocate I can give to that point, is that, have you seen the story of bigger MMOs? Every single one of these games don't know how to write.
No, you're right. No, you're right.
Girl, I mean, see what's been going on in Warcraft.
I'm going to point out there, though, is a lot of those bigger MMOs, especially like if you're comparing to like League of Legends.
Sure.
League of Legends has 1 million characters that they have to
does.
They have to deal with. Star Stable has 1 world and 5 main characters. Like, they can build a story much easier than most of those MMOs that have to deal with all these different races, all these different species, all these different, like, I get it. It is hard, and I'm not going to be like they're doing shit, but they don't have quite as extensive of a world, so it really shouldn't be as difficult to build around these 5 characters that you are really selling. Like, the past 17 quests have just been trying to make the druids look bad. Like, we got it already. Yeah. You're making them out to be these assholes. Like, it's okay. Let's move on with the story now.
Yep.
And just get it. They're jerks. Just get to the point with that. Like,
do something.
Okay.
Like, okay, the other thing that feels weird to me is it almost feels like they gave up on the book series. Like the books that Helena Dahlgren has been writing that are supposed to be about like they're supposed to follow the original Starshine games. So they're basically supposed to be like the precursor to Star Stable itself. And I read the first one. It's good. It's really good. But they seem like they got like 3 in and then kind of gave up, and they don't like advertise those anymore.
Maybe that's the question.
Yeah.
How much of all this happens to coincide with like there's like a parent corporation that owns the dev team that like got a majority share recently, correct? I don't fully know what's going on.
As far as I know, yes. And I don't know if we should exactly like say how we know that. I don't want to get anybody in trouble because
okay.
Well,
I didn't.
no,
I
it's
thought
okay.
It was public info.
I think it is, but also that person used to work for Star Stable, so I don't want to like just in case.
Sorry.
But yeah,
sorry,
no,
I had no idea.
Yeah, but that is an interesting point. Also, hi, I see you guys. I see you in chat, guys. We were just in the middle of a conversation, and I have to look like directly over here to see chat. But we were talking about KDA at one point because we were talking about video game music. But yes. All right.
And I
let's
can
see.
also offer insight on why they're trying to market other things other than their game. It's because most likely the higher ups and never the dev themselves or even the head of the company. It's always their investors that are like, well, you should try like making other things to get more money because we need more money. So instead of the higher ups actually allowing the team to like invest in their game, the thing that makes them the most money, they're probably being pressured to like, you need to expand this.
Right.
And everything that they have tried so far has not worked. Yeah. And that's why they're really trying to push for this ride with us. It's like,
yes.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good.
In tandem with my point about like like all the big boys in this genre having like huge expansive marketing campaigns and involving albums and cartoons.
But the thing is, their marketing campaigns are run. I'm gonna sound really harsh right now, but they're run by people who kind of actually know what they're doing, because honestly, Star Stable
budget.
And have a budget. And the thing is, Star Stable is a niche kind of interest. You can't market Horse Girl game to the gamer like chat guys at all. While if you put woman with giant booba and then you make her sing and she's animated, looks like an anime, that's gonna sell. Yes. Unfortunately, that's how it works. But this is a kid's game. Yeah. But they still gave us the Dark Riders, so I can't complain there.
I am very gently holding SSO's marketing team and SSO's investors, and I'm saying, look at the MMO fan base in general. I don't think that kind of audience is going to mesh well with your current one.
Yeah, I am holding them. I'm holding them up like Simba and shaking them over Pride Rock, being like, "Look."
Throwing them like that 120.
Everything the light touches is yours. Everything Horse Girl is yours. Don't touch the rest of the MMO world.
And then the investors go, "What's that shadowy place?" Yeah. And then I say, "That's the World of Warcraft community. We don't go there."
We don't.
My ultimate point being, another reason it won't work, because the next audience they can sell to, this game is not for that audience inherently. Like, even if they fix stuff, even if they did revamp the stuff that needs to be revamped right now, this game is just inherently not something for the greater MMO community. I can only see the greater MMO community tearing this game apart.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because it's a stupid game for little girls or whatever. Like I can't see that going well. I think it's important for this game's help for the investors to accept that this is a niche game, and the best way to get money is to appeal to that audience, to the niche, not try to get mass appeal. Because on a fundamental level, this is not a game that can get mass appeal. Even as is, MMOs aren't themselves weirdly niche.
Yeah.
It's a miracle that the biggest ones like World of Warcraft even got as big as mainstream as they did, and World of Warcraft is the only one. Every other MMO that has tried to get into the mainstream has exploded. No survivors.
Yeah.
Goodbye. They got eaten by Game Ago. now they're in the Game Ago retirement home.
Nice way to put it. Very good. Very succinct. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, MMOs in of themselves are niche, and horse and equestrianism in of itself is niche. You put those together, you get the ultimate niche game. You can't mass appeal that. You're going to lose your business if you try.
Now, this brings me into the topic that we had 2 weeks ago that I know Lurie was here for and Courtney was here for, but I think that was it.
Was it the horse game?
It is the horse game.
That was last weekend.
Was it last weekend? Okay.
Yes.
Well, now that there's more of you, I would like to ask the greater stream audience, even because there's also more people watching tonight too, is either what would you ideally like to see being added to Star Stable to make it more MMO-ish or cater more to horse people or players, or what would you like to see? What kind of horse game would you like to see? Because our options right now for multiplayer horse games are limited to Star Stable, Rival Stars, or all the browser breeding games. Yeah, and then there's Horse Reality Horse, the actual browser based breeding games.
We don't talk about horse. We don't talk about horse.
True. Also, stream. It is.
You guys. Oh, sorry.
They were just asking what time it is. It's 8:40 p.m. here, where I live.
It's 8:39 for me.
Yeah, 8:39. Yep. And then Lurie's an hour before us. Yep.
I'm in the past, Samurai Jack.
Lurie's in the past.
Yeah, get that.
An hour behind?
That is a good question. I guess I'll go first because I'm talking.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, first things first. Like I've been saying, oh my god, this game needs a UI overhaul. It needs stuff that's a lot more legible, stuff that's a lot neater. I honestly think the white text on blue is really hard to read. I feel especially because everything else everywhere is white on pink and purple. I feel that would be a lot more cohesive. And they need menus that are adjustable. I desperately would like to be able to adjust the size of my text boxes so that I could actually see what's going on. Overall, the UI as it is right now is very inaccessible and very old. It reads very much like an old school, classic World of Warcraft knockoff menu. Which
it's extremely dated. It's so dated.
Which is not a good impression. So for me, first things first, overhaul the UI, and then from there, I think the problem is that there's not a lot of gameplay variety right now. I think And I do think the races as is can get tired after a while. You need to do like some really wacky stuff, to make it engaging. Which they do, especially with what I'm guessing are recent races, which I appreciate. They're getting like better level designers, but the problem is that most of it is still like weak. And they need more multiplayer interactivity. So what comes to mind for me is sort of like some expansions on what they have right now. First off, I think multiplayer soul riding could be a really fun idea, where missions that you can group up to do together, effectively like this game's equivalent to dungeons or raids.
Yeah, something that you could do like as a club, as a group, like similar to if you guys are familiar with Red Dead Online, is they have all those horse races that you can queue up for. That would be cool. I do see in the Twitch chat, Ultra Galaxy 06 says, more realism. I miss that. Keep the magic, but make it more realistic, like how the horse used to get tired. See, I guess I don't so much like, I don't know if I want Star Stable on the same level as like Red Dead, where I have to like care for my horse like all the time, or like my horse gets dirty or tired or whatever, because Star Stable's so focused on racing that like, I don't know, to me it's kind of like, because and this might be because I take care of a horse in real life, that I just want to log on and look at my pretty pony and run around and do races. I don't necessarily like, I hated the spamming the W button like a lot.
I think though that there should be, personally, like if I were to go into things I would love to see, the biggest thing I want to see is a coherent story and more up-to-date story quests. Like I want things to do. Give me more stuff to do.
Yeah.
The second thing I would want is a rewarding bonding system. Not one that's necessarily required, but one that it still has its own rewards. You know why Pokemon X, Y, Sun and Moon work well for me? You can pet your own Pokemon. You give them treats. Like, I want that.
Yeah.
I don't care that, like, yeah, sure, you can pet and feed your horse, but it doesn't feel the same as, like, you know, moving your cursor on the horse's head, petting it the same way that you do in the phone app.
Right.
Like, the phone app actually tackles the whole bonding thing a little bit better.
Yeah. And they might actually, because I know they're working on that bonding system, maybe they're kind of trying to, like, bring that, like, over. I do see another the toggle switch for realism. That could be interesting. Almost like, we did talk about The Sims 3 last week, because that actually, when you add some mods to it, is a pretty interesting horse game. Like, as far as, like, breeding and, like, making horse coats and stuff. Having a toggle switch for, like you being able to, like, your horse gets tired or your horse needs to be fed, that would be kind of interesting. I wonder if there's a way that could like if that would even be doable though, or if that's two different like systems. I'm not sure. Like I'm more in the like illustration design side of this, like, and the story part. I have like no idea like a lot of video game like intricacies. Oh god, we have a bot. Oh no, we have a really nasty bot in the YouTube chat. Oh no. Oh no. Hang on a second.
Are they posting inappropriate
things? They sure are. Hang on a second. Hang on, guys. Hang on.
Hold on, I'm reporting them.
Okay, I hit block. We're okay. You guys saw my Spotify for like a second.
I shoot them with my laser beam and they blow up and die. Thank you.
We got it. It's
I
fine.
reported all 3 of their
Good
messages.
work, team.
Thank you.
Good work.
I blocked them from the restream chat. I don't know if that means that their stuff still shows up on the stream side, but they don't show up in my restream anymore, so.
I'm a mod on your YouTube, so I'm gonna go look.
Thank you, Lurie.
I just reported and it vanished, but I'm sure that doesn't matter for everybody.
Yeah, I don't know if it's actually like showing up on the in the chat, or if I need to like remove the chat.
To jump back.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at your stream and I don't see their comments anymore, so
Excellent.
I think
I mean, I see it because I'm a mod, but like, maybe Emma, did you name the stream a WEEN time and you're shocked that someone inappropriate word dot find pro showed up?
I mean,
Emma.
I didn't call. Okay, the stream is called WEEN Time 2 Electric Boogaloo, so it's fine. But yes, please continue.
I just wanted to say real quick, I would advise caution against adding quote unquote realism where your horse has even more restrictions. Just because, like, from my experience from the MMOs I played, restrictions like that tend to not end well. They tend to just be like arbitrary barriers for having a good time. Good time so that it superficially extends the time you need to play the game.
Yeah.
Which just makes things frustrating and feel exploitative. Like, I'm sure there's a way to do it well, especially in like a single player game. I just don't know if like your horse gets tired if you make them gallop for a while would be something that feels good in Star Stable. Just by virtue of how restrictive systems in MMOs tend to play out from my experience. I could just be barking up the wrong tree, though.
You kind of got to think of like, okay, your horse is your vehicle, and you do like all of your quests on your horse, and I understand Red Dead is the same way, but I don't know. This is a different game, so like. To me, you're right, it would feel like super restrictive if all of a sudden, like, in the middle of a soul riding quest, my horse just, like, slowed way down because it was tired.
I think something to note with that is, with Star Stable, you don't really have other options. Like, if you don't take care of all your horses, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like in GTA or Red Dead, if you lose that horse, just go steal someone else's. Like, you have other options. Like, as soon as you lose something, you have something else right there. And so again, with Star Stable, unless you have your backups all ready to go, which is very pricey and very time consuming. It's a hassle. Like I take care of maybe 3 horses at a time because that's just too much money and time. Like it takes way too long to take care of my horses. And half the time they lose 2 bars in a day anyways because of the timing is all off.
Exactly.
Like that drives me nuts. Like at least put your freaking water on the same time as the rest of the food so I don't lose 2
definitely
bars.
a glitch because it never used to be that way. So that definitely glitched out and I don't think they've ever fixed it.
I was gonna say it's been that way the entire time I've been playing.
Yeah, same
like,
here.
It's literally one of the most annoying things in the world to me.
Yeah, I feel like it should be treated more like a daily than a time thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it shouldn't be based off 24 hours. If you're gonna have to take care of your horse, just give you the entire day to do it.
Yep.
Exactly.
I also see in the chat, what do we think of the Halloween event? And I'm gonna put like, what do we think of the Halloween event so far?
Oh no, I'm stuck.
Because technically,
Grinding laggy for me.
I don't want to say it's bad, but with how much it's been built up for me as a first time Halloween experience, it didn't quite meet the expectations. Just because I think I mean all of you have kind of said that this has been a weird Halloween year, so it is just kind of like disappointing that this is our first year. Though I do have to say Olive is now my new favorite horse, and my look is amazing.
It is. You're very pretty.
Snazzy.
I'm looking at you. You're very pretty.
I know. I came to stand in front of you. I do like your look too, though.
Oh, thanks.
My married spirit has SSO being problematic.
I saw Emma's mom ride this fashion and
Where are you guys, by the way?
And I was like, I want that. I want that.
Me and Lurie are just standing in the keep near the cul-de-sac.
I got nothing left to do.
I'm over on Paddock Island, but but stream seems to have frozen and my Star Stable seems to have frozen, so I don't know what's going on. Oh, I'm fine.
Oh no,
I'm fine.
I just noticed your stream's back.
Your
maybe
stream is back? Question mark.
You're frozen, but it's not loading.
Well,
can I hear you talk?
It seems like okay.
You are talking. I can hear you, but it's just
on
not
my
moving.
side in OBS. It's moving now.
There you are. You're back.
Yeah, there
I'm
you
back.
go.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool. It just froze again.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
SSO is being very problematic. There are so many people.
It is a
online.
Saturday night. There is all the adults and all the children that can be on right now.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is the first weekend.
Yes.
I wanted to say for me,
yeah.
as someone who got to experience a normal Halloween last year, I don't hate what's going on. I'm interested. I think I'm more okay with the grinding because there is a clear story reason going on here, and I'm interested to see if there's any payoff.
Yeah, that is different.
If they don't pay it off for this event, then yeah, I'll be a little more harsh on it, and I do agree that their design philosophy of being so conservative with all in-game rewards, is like hurting the event a bunch. But as I mentioned earlier, because this is very clearly a transitional phase for both this event and the game as a whole, I can't be really mad at it. I'm more so just like both indifferent and fascinated to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more confused than anything about like, okay, why did you guys decide to do all of this right now? You know, like what is this?
At least the crystals, they haven't made it so the crystals and the races cannot be exploited in a way.
Yeah,
that, you know.
I feel like if they fix the glitch on top of everything, then this event would be a lot worse.
Yeah, that would ruin it.
Yes, absolutely.
Because grinding sucks, but at least you have like a chance. With thanks to the glitches. So I would say I'm more like I'm both indifferent and fascinated to see how this plays out. I hope it plays out well because I definitely root for this game a lot because as I say a lot in the chat, making an MMO is extremely difficult and extremely expensive. From what I understand, like it might be one of the most demanding kinds of games to make. So the fact this game has existed this long is considered one of the best horse games on the market right now. And from what I understand, it treats their workers very well in comparison to the competition. Activists. I do root for this game, and I do hope it plays out well. But I definitely understand people being frustrated, and it definitely is confusing and confusing right now. And I do hope that it plays out better. And I do want to real quick because this thought hit me real quick. I know it's going back to an old conversation topic, but it's just been stewing on it. With like the horse game stuff, I think SSO would also very much benefit from adding different equestrian races. I forget what it's called, but there's like the thing you've been showing a lot with. It's raining. I think it's with the 3 people on the cart and there's 4 horses.
Oh, combined driving.
Yeah. Like race mini games where like multiple people have to do like the cart thing or like just different forms of equestrianism, especially because it's very clear this game is a celebration of equestrianism. I think it would add a lot to this game if there were races that were just run into checkpoint and get to finish line.
Yes.
Especially, it could be like a good excuse to add more like multiplayer elements to the game. I feel, and that is my 2 points. Thank you.
going off of that, also. Oh no, you go first.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I'm very much of the opinion that I'm more disappointed than I am angry or anything. Like I'm not mad. I work for a game. I work for a major game, and they still struggle to get things done. And they have probably more than 5 times the number of workers that SSO has. Yeah. And they still struggle to get a lot done. So the fact that they're doing what they can with a small group is very impressive. I guess I get the disappointment in that it feels like their priorities are sometimes just in the wrong
like
set. Like it just seems a little backwards sometimes what they do.
Yeah. Yep, and that's I feel like that's a very fair statement because like they do have under 150 employees, and like that's not a very big staff in general, let alone a staff for a game that has how many players? Millions, literally millions of players. So like that is a huge feat that they're trying to accomplish. So like I will absolutely give them like a lot of credit because they took something that was like basically a little Swedish game that was given out to a book club, because that's what these games were. Star Stable and the Starshine Legacy were all like one-off little stories that were, you know, little PC games that people got from the Pony Book Club, and they took all the assets from that and the story from that, and they turned it into this huge thing. And it's for what we have as far as like the environment and the horses, and I know they're working on the character models, but you know what they currently have is pretty damn good. It's not the best, but it's pretty damn good. And I just hope they know that like that as far as their player base goes, there are certain things that like they would make a lot more money if we'd see these things happen. So I really wish like that they'd prioritize certain things to do with gameplay instead of prioritizing the things that they seem to be. But also, you know, working in any kind of like production, you know, whether it's like toys or collectibles or video games or whatever, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that we don't see, that it's just like, it's coming. I promise it's coming. This is only a little bit, like, this is only a little teaser, but it will eventually get here. But as far as the Halloween, like, I know the races are a little bit funky. The Haunted Trail Ride has always, like, has been the best since that came into being, which I think was actually 2020. I think that was the first year that was a thing, because they had just
really cute. I hope.
Yeah, they had just redone Golden Hills. So like the Haunted Trail Ride and the Scarecrow Hill Race to me are like the two best things of Halloween. But I will say they always nail the Halloween horses. Like some of my favorite horses in this game are the Halloween horses, and usually they do a pretty good job on the outfits that you can get during Halloween. The Dusk Grim outfit is my favorite horses.
I know you just said the Dusk Grim is your favorite. I'm actually
on
that side. That feels like
the outfit is.
The Dusk Grim and the Song Sorrow are to me the least impressive of the Halloween horses because their colors are so flat.
Yeah, the Dusk Grim, I think the Dusk Grim is my least favorite Halloween horse. It could have been really, really nice. I like the Raven Feather mane, but I like the tack set. Is what I was saying. I like the tax set that supposedly goes with that. The one that's like really witchy with all the chains and stuff. Excellent. High quality. The Song Sorrow, I don't like the wild coat. I like the gray one. It's that to me is like super pretty. I know it is kind of plain, but that one feels like it needed to be.
It's tasteful.
Yes, it's tasteful.
It's tastefully plain in the same way Shadow Shield and Snow Dancer are to me.
Yes.
Just like a different aesthetic.
Yes.
To me, it's funny because I think with Song Sorrow, and I'm saying this as I'm writing Song Sorrow, and I hate the magic coat, but now Song Sorrow is probably my favorite just because of the plain coat. It's just like the plain coat is actually more like spooky aesthetic than the magic coat. Like I think the magic coat is supposed to be the I don't want to say demonic, but like monster kind of look.
Yeah,
but it doesn't look scary. It just kind of looks like it came out of like it just looks like swamp water. Like not even something from the swamp. It just looks like swamp water. Yeah. While the plain coat here is like very kind of ghostly, especially because of the eyes.
Yep,
and
it's blind.
And the like, and the eyes, or not the eyes, the like ferns in the hair. Like those give just enough of the aesthetic to it that it just like, I don't know, it just looks like ghostly and amazing. So it's like those little things can help.
it works better because it's subtly eerie, and the magic code is more like in your face, like creature from the Black Lagoon. I will say also for me, the Song Sorrow is also nostalgic because I don't know if any of you guys have heard about Yearwalk, but there was a little indie horror game in the early 2010s called Yearwalk that I was in love with, that had like Scandinavian folklore monsters in it, including the Brook Horse, and I effectively made Brook Horse OC based off that I roleplayed on Tumblr for a very long time. That essentially was the Song Sorrow. If I still roleplayed on Tumblr and I still roleplayed that muse on Tumblr today, I would be using the Song Sorrow as like my primary icons for.
I wanted it to look more like a creepy fishy swamp horse. Creepy fish swamp horse with bones and ragged mane,
which we might get at some point.
I think
code would be. You know, that's funny then that the Song Sorrow maybe came too early because now I'm thinking about what if the Song Sorrow had like model differences like how the fish horses did.
Yes, I was just gonna say that they're getting braver, like with what they can change, because like look at the Laverna, that is insane.
Oh yeah, the Laverna is bonkers. I love them.
Same.
They're definitely like strongest magic horses in the game so far.
And not only that,
because it's so daring.
Yes. Not only that though, but the Pinto coat on it is the most accurate Pinto coat they've done in the game in a long time, and it's the best Pinto coat on the American Paint Horse model. I said what I said. I know how like the other ones like are really pretty. I like the buckskin one. I have the black Tovero one. But as far as like somebody that knows horse patterns, all of those patterns are like they have little like bitty things that my brain goes, that ain't right. That ain't right. It should look like this instead. That ain't right.
But Uncanny Valley.
Yeah. But the
Uncanny Horsey.
but the Laverna is a really good job of a minimal Tobiano Pinto, and I congratulate them for that. I shake their hand warmly and I say, well done.
Seems like over the past year their designs have gotten stronger, especially with like the Belgian Warmbloods coming out. Those just look like real horses to me, but granted, of course, I don't have the understanding of horse breed and coat patterns. I never had even when I still used to ride. So if the Belgian Warmbloods look totally unrealistic, call me out. My bad.
They do. They look nice. The like normal horse coats, like solid colors, are always like they've always nailed those. Honestly, like from the time that I've been playing the game to now, like they've done a really good job with solid horse colors. I do not blame any like designer for not knowing the intricacies of white patterns on horses, because even horse people don't really know white patterns on horses.
Genetics are weird.
There's one book that I know of that does like a really good job explaining horse patterns, and if anybody wants to look it up, it's by Leslie Kathman, who is she's a model horse person, she's a real horse person, she's an artist. It's called The Equine Tapestry, and it's something that I actually like. I feel like I should get a copy of that book. It's been very useful at the times that I've had to like borrow it. Wonderful book if you guys are thinking about like, because I know some of us in here are artists as well. That if you ever want to like draw and do horse patterns, check that out. But yeah, like it's and I know I've said it before on stream, is like, yes, I am nitpicky, but no, I do not blame them for getting the little itty bitty things wrong. But in my brain, because I know things, sometimes they don't quite look right, but I'm able to ignore it because it's horse game. But I do see in chat, do you think they'll bring the Duskgrim tack set back? I love it. I also love it. I did notice that there are certain tack sets that are not in the store yet. And that includes some of the ones from previous years that are actually like with updated tack models. So I'm hoping that maybe like they come this week when the new horses come out. Or like they come closer to the end of the event, because I'm trying to figure out like why they didn't bring that back when they're still selling the horse that it goes with. Like they never said that tack was limited, so why is it like not here?
Yeah, that's another thing I think that has made this Halloween event very confusing is the lack of logic with what items they're selling versus previous years. I feel like if they are intending to bring those back, unless like stuff is still super weird, then I could see the other Texas coming in with the new horses.
See, that's when I would hope they would come in, because like, oh, well, they're gonna, okay, so I think what's probably gonna happen this week is that when the new horses come out, there's gonna be a new star coin deal that like maybe instead of getting the owls, maybe you get the tack, like a certain set of tack, because they're advertising that white set that we saw in the teaser. Bless you.
You're good.
I wasn't quick enough for the mute button.
they're advertising that white set we saw in all the spoilers, but you can't buy it yet, and that bothers me because I want it.
Yeah, there's definitely some
Give it to me.
There's definitely some weird stuff going on behind the scenes for this Halloween event, and I feel like it's just weird enough that we can speculate all we want, but we're not gonna really get an answer that really satisfies us until maybe after the event is over and we can use hindsight. But as it stands right now, I think we can like go, this is what's going on, that's what's going on, but we're not gonna reach a conclusion that we are personally going to be satisfied.
Right.
I don't say that to be like, oh, we shouldn't try speculating at all.
Right.
I think as long as we're not going in, I don't think we would. I think as long as we're not going like, oh, they're be doing malevolent stuff, which obviously I don't think they are. I think the worst case scenario for me, in my opinion, would be like it turns out that like they cobbled together this event in like a single day, like for one reason or another, maybe because of the character model stuff and the fact that there's new currencies. They were in a rush to get this event together. Now it's like awkward, and they have to drip the content in over the course of the 4 weeks. Yeah, that would be like the most pessimistic speculation. I only say, oh, we're not going to really get to a satisfying conclusion. Is essentially just me pointing out how weird this Halloween event is this week, just because like the whole transitional period thing that it clearly is. It's just so odd. It's hard to find an answer right now, I think.
Yeah, and I think like
if that makes sense. No, I think
you're
got a little loopy there.
I think the thing too, like because I see so many people complaining, and I see so many people like whether they're on Reddit or Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and they're all complaining about this event, is because this event, like, historically has been a lot of people's favorite events, because honestly, it's the most unique thing they have, and the horse designs are always pretty good, and the tack designs are always pretty good. Like, Galloper Thompson is kind of a fan favorite NPC, so like there's a lot of stakes riding on Halloween every year, and I feel like they didn't blow it this year because there is a lot of the fan favorite stuff that is back. But I think the thing that has ruined it for a lot of people is the grindiness of it. And I hope that they kind of like reconsider that in the future, which I do think they will. I don't think that's going to be like a thing that stays, because this is the first event that I ever remember having to grind to even play, like do the activities. Ever. I've never seen that in Star Stable.
Please, SSO, don't become like School of Dragons. We don't need that.
That actually reminds me of what I forgot to say earlier when we were like trying to figure out what the heck is going on with the soul shards. On top of like a story reason, which again I really hope they have that payoff for the event. I think that would be very I think that would be very awesome. It would help strengthen the main story, which is also clearly another problem they're struggling with. My second point was going to be, I wonder if the grind is in place, because like you said, a lot of people see if they're soul shards, or at least the SSO devs believed a lot of people see if they're soul shards. So they saw this new currency that they have to have. Essentially, it's going to replace the soul shards. They looked at the soul shards and said, wait, but everything you use these for is going to be used by the auto tokens this year. A lot of people are going to feel scammed if they can't do anything with this. So they so I imagine they cobbled together some reasons to spend soul shards this year, probably a bit haphazardly, because of the new currency. It does feel a little like they weren't entirely sure what to do with the soul shards for this transitional year, because they didn't want people to just have soul shards in their inbox that they saved up because they were so ready for this, and then it's like, oh, well, these are worthless now. You can't buy anything with these. Bye!
Yeah. On that note, I am going to stop stream for tonight. We'll be back on Wednesday with WEEN Time 3. WEEN Time 3. I don't know what the title will be yet. You guys came up with some really good ones in the group chat, and I'm gonna have to like decide now. Every Halloween stream, we're gonna have a different WEEN Time title, and Lurie will just have to pick up mod duties and be on the ball, because no bots popped into the stream last time, and it was called WEEN Time. So you know what? It's fine. It made people laugh last time. It made people laugh this time. I don't care. But good night, stream.
We'll just explode the box.
Thanks for hanging out. Good